Christian and Jewish schools growing up. I went to 14 schools. And I went to 2 Catholic schools, 2 Jewish schools, 2 military schools. I went to the same military school as Donald Trump, New York Military Academy. That's not a political statement. We didn't know each other, and I had no choice. It's just a fact I thought I'd share with you. But the reason I mention it is because we were required to go to services every week. My mother was Jewish, so one week I'd go to the Jewish services, which strangely enough were on Sunday. Another week I'd go to the Catholic services, and then I'd go to the Protestant services. So I had kind of a mixed up idea of God, but they all basically said, if you're good, you go to heaven. If you're bad, you go to hell, and you burn forever and ever and ever. And I said, God's a sadist. I said, I don't want to serve that God. And I turned my back on God. And you'd be surprised how many people, Charles Darwin, Robert Ingersoll, Karl Marx, not understanding this subject is why they turned from God. But if they only knew what the Bible really said. Now here's the 2 extremes. One extreme says God is love and there is no hell. Everyone's going to be saved. The other extreme says that if you're lost, you die, and you immediately go to hell before the judgment, and you begin to burn, and you burn and burn and burn, and 1,000,000 years later, you have not yet begun to burn. And you are burning through all eternity. And it doesn't matter if you are Adolf Hitler or 13 years old and committed suicide, you're going to burn the same amount of time. And to me, that was mind-blowing. It just didn't seem like there's any justice. And when I finally started reading what the Bible said, it was extremely liberating. So friends, don't rush out until you hear the evidence. You owe it to yourself to find out, what does the Bible say on this subject? What is the good news? All right, question number 1. That's not a question, actually. I'm going to start with an amazing fact. A couple of times I've been to the city of Pompeii. Pompeii was a thriving Roman city at the base of Mount Vesuvius, a very prominent volcanic mountain. And even as early as 62 AD, they had rumblings and earthquakes. People knew that that mountain might blow. They knew what a volcano was. Vulcan was one of the Greek gods. And the springs were drying up. And every now and then, smoke was burping from the top of the mountain. And hot springs would suddenly appear. They had all the signs that things were swelling and something was going to give. But the people waited for 17 years and didn't do anything. And then finally, in 79 AD, there was a magnificent eruption of Mount Vesuvius. And the towns of Pompeii and Herculaneum were shaken, and much of